I'm not entirely sure why I'm doing this to myself, but I thought, why not? I'm going to do a sulfur oils tier list because Homie Dot refuses to make one, and I'm going to instantly regret it, but it's going to be worth it because I think everyone deserves to know what is objectively, of course, none of this is opinionated, the best oils in the game. Now, I believe there's like 200 something, 214, well, it says 219. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to try and figure out which one out of all these is going to be the best one. But I'll try my best. At least, probably Slow Punch is going to be up there. I've at least had like 200 hours in this game. So I know a few things, but I would still say objectively, I'm not like the best at this game. There's probably like some person out there who knows how to make every single oil work. And if you do, please let me know. Because I really want to make some of these work and they just don't at all. So, let's start with the damage oil. There is no downsides to it. Just 25% damage. It's percentage based, which is pretty good, though you really want flat damage. Flat damage just gives you technically more. Not by like too much, but still, for oil that has like no downsides and it's 25%, it's at least, if I had to guess, probably B tier. It's like a B tier oil. Or maybe, is that too high? Is B too high? I think B's alright. Because if it's on a gun where you just have like an empty slot and you don't know what to add to it, you can just add a damage oil. A lot of enemies late game become very tanky. So just having a little bit of an extra boost, especially on a gun that has a lot of downsides to it, is just nice to have. It's just a general workhorse. So I think B is pretty safe. That's a pretty safe bet. Okay, I wasn't too thinking of a damage oil because I just realized how dogshit grounded oil is. Like, this is so bad. So, for comparison, damage oil gives you 25%, grounded gives you 15, and your jump power is decreased by 10%. Like, what's the point of using grounded? There genuinely is no point. Damage just gives you more damage with no penalty. And this gives you minus jump power. I don't think you can rectify that in SULFUR. Maybe with shoes, like some shoes, they counteract it still, but it's just not worth it. Genuinely, just the damage is just not really worth it in the late game. For the big oil, for some reason on the wiki it's got different color, so I'm assuming it's still the same oil because it's share the same name. But it's 30%. Oh no, it's not. It's flat damage. 30 flat damage with minus 20% bullet speed and plus 20 bullet drop. Bullet drop is never really advised. If you have like a rocket scroll, bullet drop isn't an issue. But the problem is there's bullet speed decrease. So you wouldn't even want it on a rocket launcher scroll. And also just a flat 30% is good, but it's just not really worth it, in my opinion. It's just, I've never had a desire to use the big oil. At no point whenever I've been playing this game. It just doesn't seem worth it. The pros and cons. That's the problem with a lot of these percentage-based damage ones. Some of the cons for them are, like, even if it's not like a bad one, like Dum Dum, all you get is just no organ drops, which that's fine. You don't really need organ drops, especially since with how much food you get in this game. But you just get a 15% damage boost. This just does better. This is better. 25% damage boost. And this just 15. With a con. There's a downside to it. So why would you ever want to use any of these free? It's... Hopefully at some point these get reworked. Terminate oil. It's kind of sad. I wasn't expecting the first couple of rounds just to be all F tiers. But it's another. The good thing is, Terminate does the same amount of damage as the damage oil, 25%. But you have a minus 15% movement speed. The biggest issue with movement speed is that you can use running shoes, but there's no like oils that increase your movement speed. If they were, maybe Terminate would be a slightly more desired, but I can't see why when you just got damage oil instead. Damage oil just kind of is kind of the only thing you really want in this category. Well, besides because there's Bad Boy, which is fantastic, but we'll get to Slow Punch when we get to Slow Punch. So the next one is Spartan. Spartan has damn it's gotta be another F tier. Spartan's just another one where you're just not gonna use it. 20% damage, minus 50% loot chance. Which I don't have an issue with minus loot chance. But the problem is it's 20% damage. If it was like 30%, I'd be like, yeah, that's like situational. But it's not. It's only 20 damage. Well, this gives you 25 with no downsides. So it's just another kind of just useless oil. I can't believe all of these are F tier. I was expecting some of these to be like relatively good, but then I remembered, oh wait, I don't have like any of these on any gun. It's just not worth it. Now, this is going to be a very controversial take, but I think Overclock is like probably A tier. And you're probably wondering, why the fuck would you put Overclock in A tier? Like, yeah, you get like 40% damage, but you got a consume chance of 30%. The reason why I put Overclock in A tier is, let's see if we can find it. Where is it? It's multi-chamber. Multi-chamber, I think it gives you 100? Let me just quickly check that. Multi-chamber oil. So yeah, you get a projectile amount of 100 and a consume chance of 100. So you'll be using 2 bullets every time for this. Which to some people won't always be worth it. On some weapons, like single shot, like the dirt or the I can't remember it now. Basically, you just get like a massive increase. So when you use multi-chamber and overclock, you just do a bunch of damage. Like I highly recommend using overclock with multi-chamber on the dirt. You just get like massive damage. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in A tier, which is probably a little bit of a controversial take, but you know, this is completely objective. Everything I say is correct. And you can go with the hell. No, I'm joking. It's all subjective, and I'm probably wrong in my own little way. But feel free to have a little discussion. Now, slow punch that's obviously S tier. It's one of the best oils in the game. You just do 50% damage and just a minus 50% bullet speed. Bullet speed is not that necessary in this game. And that's mainly because enemies are pretty slow. You only have to worry about those spear enemies in Fortress who are like insane fast. Otherwise, you can pretty much land hits quite easily in this game. And if you're really concerned about bullet speed, you can always just put like, what's it? Where's bullet speed? Any like probably one of these. I think it's instant. No, it's either instant or zoom in. Like give you like a bunch of bullet speed for like barely any downsides. So slow punch is always going to be S tier. It's so good. It has a counterpart in flat damage, which is Late Bloom. You can give or take, really. Both of these are fantastic. If you have like a more, say like you have a weapon that only has like 10 base damage, you probably would prefer to put Late Bloom on, because flat damage gives you slightly more than percentage base. But otherwise, always get this. Like if you don't know what to put on your weapon, just put Slow Punch. That's always fantastic. Complicated. It really, really lives up to the name. It's an oil I have not really used much, because I don't really do infinite ammo. I don't do infinite ammo weapons much. Like, I probably should. They're very versatile, but I feel like this game gives you so much ammo where you're not really advised to use infinite ammo. So what it does is it gives you 30% damage and minus 25% reload speed. Minus 25% is not that bad in all fairness. Especially on like handguns or like any assault rifles. Assault rifles have super quick reloads. I think yeah. Comparing to the rest of these, I think B makes the most amount of sense. Next to damage oil. Yeah, I think that's completely fair. Like if you're using a infinite ammo weapon. But if you use an infinite ammo, you might as well like use something with extra consume chance like overclock. I don't believe it. Does it? No, wait. Does it counter each? I think it. I might actually. No, take that back. Yeah, you'd want to use reload speed actually, because consume chance would actually decrease it. That's me just being dumb. Yeah, any weapon that has infinite ammo benefits from any reload speed downgrades. So I would say complicated next damage. It's a pretty B tier. You can make it work. We come full circle. We're gonna have an F tier. Say it with me. It's completely outclassed because it only gives you 50% damage. And why would you do that when you have fucking damage oil? Why in a million years would you ever want to use this when you can just use damage oil? It's 15%, no money drops. I feel like money drops is kind of sucks the most out of like, because you got no oil drops, no loot drops, and no money drops. I feel like not getting money is the most bad. And I'll explain that when we get to like Zero Fucks. Where is it? Zero Fucks. Or where's Inherited? Inherited. I'm blind. Oh, this is Spread. No wonder why I couldn't find it. Where's Inherited? Am I blind? I think I've gone blind. Why can I not find Inherited anywhere? Altruistic Dead Center. Where's my boy Inherited? Why can I not find Inherited oil? What's happened to me? Oh, is it here? Oh, there it is. Inherited. We'll get to loot charts, because my opinion on loot charts is very, very controversial. Controversial. I can't say the word. I've gotten to the point now where this is like going to be a long ass video, so I'm just not going to even edit that much. So if there's any mistakes, that's future me. Future me has to worry about that. First blood oil. I remember using this quite a lot because spread isn't too bad in this game, in my opinion. A lot of enemies will chase you down and get really in your face. And that's why I feel like the shotgun meta is so prevalent in SULFUR. Enemies that love to chase you down. But 30% damage for spread, it's good. I mean, it's good, but it's not that good, if that makes any sense. But am I being too harsh? Am I being too harsh on that? I feel like Brute is just better. Because Brute gives you 0.7 spread for 30 flat damage, which is pretty good. And this only gives you 30% percentage-based damage with 1 plus spread. So it's free extra spread, but still, it's like this one's slightly better than this one. So I'm gonna put first one at C. I think that's pretty fair, all things considered. Because like these have no downsides, certainly. If you have this on infinite ammo gun, no downsides. If you have this on just a gun, no downsides. This has a downside, but a massive payoff. This is just broken. This is just broken. You can't make that up. But that is kind of just like you have to weigh the pros and cons with it, you know? You have to decide. I just realized this is one of my favorites. Puncher is delightful. Because when you see it at first, you think, why would anyone use punch oil? Because you get 150% recall. That's insane. That's an absolute fuck ton. That's too much. But then you realize laser weapons. Laser weapons get no downside to recall. You can slap the high. What is it like? It's not elephant. It's boomstick. Boomstick gives you a 200% recall. And if you just put that on a laser weapon, I mean, there's two downsides, but you get my point. You don't get any recoil from laser weapons. So Puncher is just, you should always put this on. But it still has a niche where it's only useful for laser weapons, so I'd still put it next to A. It's not like Slow Punch where you can just put this on any weapon and it's just god tier. But Punch is fantastic. It gives you a 30% damage increase and does 150 recoil. But like I said, on a laser weapon, no downside. Hip Blaster Oil. Now, it is pretty good, but it's one of those things where it's outclassed by a flat base damage oil, like Pot Shot. Pot Shot is just way better. I think it gives you, let me just remind myself, I think it gives you 35 flat damage. Yeah, it's 35 flat damage, disables aim. Hip Blaster gives you 20%. So it's just outclassed. It genuinely is. It sounds fantastic. And it would be if this didn't exist. From what I'm realizing, it looks like a lot of the percentage-based ones are kind of just... I mean, they're alright. For the most part. They got this, of course, but these two are fantastic. This is alright. That one's okay. That one's just very... I can't even remember what the hell heavy oil does. You don't realize how many oils there are until you look at them. Until you realize how just many there are. Heavy oil gives you 60% what the hell? What I don't even remember it did 60. 60 damage percent, bullet size 50, bullet shot 30. God damn, what the fuck? I didn't even realize how good this is. Jeez, that's a lot. The bullet drop is 30 though, which I think is like, it could be the largest? I think Hyperlid might be higher. Where's Hyperlid? Hyperlid. I think it's one of the dark oils, right? Oh, here we go. Can't find it again. Oh, yeah. I think Hyperlid is... How much is that again? I think it's 40 drop? Yeah. So Hyperlid stew is the heaviest. 30 stew is not bad. For 60. Oh man, I don't. I feel like I would probably say it's situational. Like I feel like you could make a really, really busted gun with heavy. I must admit, this is probably like a grey area for me because I haven't used heavy much. I think I slapped it on like a rocket launcher, but for that benefit, you gotta remember rockets don't get bullet drop, so I'd probably say it's situational. I feel like you could easily make heavy work. Um, that's 60% damage increase is really, really bonkers. So it does make me think you can make something absolutely incredible with it. You just gotta have like the know-how. Glass cannon is another dog shit. Dog shit item. This is probably the worst. This is probably the worst of the worst. Because, once again, 25% damage. I don't even need to say it. With a 35% max, max, I can't even say it. I'm that offended. It takes away 35% of your max durability. That's so bad. Max durability is so important in this game. Like, you always want to have, especially since every time you put an oil, it consumes more of your weapon. So any oils that decrease your max durability is just never worth it. Like, I would never, ever advise you put that on any of your guns. Genuinely. Launcher. Launcher's kind of, I think it's the same as Sender. But Sender you get like a flat. I don't even know what to say about Launcher. This is 20% damage for. No, actually, no. 25% damage for decrease in rate of fire. That's terrible. Why do I even need to think about that? Once again, damage oil. Why would I use 20% when I can get 25 with no downsides? How I miss the add damage oil. You used to be one of the best. This used to do 30. This used to do flat 30 damage. Like I would put this on basically anything. This was the damage oil that you would always put on. This was going to be B tier. But it's 15% now. No, it's 15 flat damage. So you still just get more from a regular damage oil. Which greatly upsets me. This used to be so good. But now I just don't use it anymore. It kind of just sits in the closet. Just extra sad. It's such a shame. To one of the best, well, not one of the best, but it was a really, really good oil. Aesthetic isn't too bad. You get, well, that's the thing, it's just add damage before it got nerfed. It's 30 flat damage with no money drops. I guess late game, if you don't care about money, is good. But it's still situational, I would say. Is it? Yeah, I would say it's situational because you can if you want, and you can get some use out of it if you really don't care about money. But I think you should just go for loot chance instead. I don't know, maybe some people prefer not having money compared to loot chance. So it's just kind of personal preference, I think. Maybe I think that there might be organ one, uh, which we'll see if we get to that point, which would probably be a lot better. Frugal is minus 50% loot chance for 25% damage. It's not enough damage. It just isn't. 25 is good, but as like especially as a flat damage, but minus 50% loot chance just doesn't seem that beneficial. It's too much for so little. Fidget oil. 20% damage, minus 25 reload speed. 20 damage is too low, especially for reload speed. Minus 25. Nah, it's gonna. Yeah, I'll put it in F tier. I just realized I don't even know how long I've been talking for, and I've barely scratched the surface. I think I'm starting to realize why no one has done this. Oh, well, I don't even need to say anything about this. It's just late bloom is fantastic, and you should all know why. But I'll tell you anyways. It gives you 30% damage, flat damage by the way, with minus 30% uh, bullet speed. So yeah, just with slow punch. You don't want to use these together, but late bloom is always fantastic. Use either one of these. I think late bloom will slightly give you more damage than slow punch, but I could be wrong about that. Either way, both of these are fantastic. You can make them work on just about any weapon. I love pot shots so much. Um, the reason why is it just disables aiming, and you get 35% flat damage. 35 is so good, but flat damage as well. The thing is, as well, I don't think aiming down sights is that mandatory in SULFUR. Like, I'm mostly hip fire in SULFUR. So pot shot is just basically free damage. Like 35 is so much. It's so good. I really, really recommend it. I'm starting to remember what I think C just decreases how much you can jump. Yep. Oh, it's another one of these 20% flat damages for minus jump power. You can't really counteract jump power or movement speed. So I don't see why you would ever use Sender. I mean, I'm sorry, I was looking at the other one. And Seated. Why would you ever use Seated when you can just use any other oil instead? Sender oil. Sender oil is okay. Sender oil is alright. Because RPM is good, but it's not the make all or be all. You get 25 flat damage and minus 25% rate of fire. It's alright. It's a C tier. It's not gonna break the bank, but it's not gonna. I don't know what the opposite is. My point is, you can work with way more, in my opinion. You got better options. But if you really needed less RPM, I'd say yeah, go for it. But rounds per minute are just it's so nice to have in this game. Now, I must admit, I have not used solid oil that much, but it does seem like 10 times better than the heavy oil, mainly for the fact it only has 10 bullet drop, which really is not bad. You get a 50, get a 50, geez Louise, you get a 50% bullet increase by bullet size, which I still don't understand what the point of bullet size is. So I guess it's more beneficial on rockets. And you'd have 40% flat damage, which ain't too bad. That's not too bad. I'm trying to think of where you would put it though. I don't know if it's like I've been too harsh, you know. I don't know. I feel like most people would avoid bullet drop because as soon as you hear that, you're like, oh no, that's gonna break my gun. It's gonna be terrible now. But if you put it on a shotgun, I feel like you could make it work quite nicely. So I think C tier is okay. Maybe I put First Blood too high. No. I think this is okay. Like they got downsides, but you still got some benefits to them. I would say. So it could be worse. Could be much worse. Now the Great Oil. Great Oil. I don't get it. I do not get the hype. Because it's heavy oil, but you got a minus 20% bullet speed. Which you don't want on like rocket launchers or anything like that. So you can't even benefit from that. Bullet drop is 40. That's really high as well. And yet a 40%. What the fuck? So on the wiki it says 40%, but I'm assuming it's 40 base flat damage. Even then, just I think just use solid. Solid probably is like a minus, it's just 10 bullet drop in comparison to 40. Like this just seems a lot more kind of useful in comparison. Alright. Here we go. The judgment oil. I shall judge it as harshly as I can. And I will give it the full hatement. It's terrible. Why would you ever use it? Minus 15% movement speed for 25% damage. We need like a tier that's even worse. Kicker. Kicker oil. That's 30% flat damage. Oh no, it's not. It's 20. 20 for 50 recoil. Why would you use that? Why would you use kicker when you have puncher? Puncher is just 10 times better. 20? Really? 20? 20 flat damage. That's rough. That's really rough. Brute is pretty alright, actually. Where did I put first spot? I put first spot here. I think Brute is like a B tier. And I'm sure some people who are very adamant about spread in this game would be like, oh, but you get 0.7 spread. That's too much. That's far too much. But you get a 30 flat damage. That's fantastic. Like, flat damage is always great in this game. So I think in this category, that's pretty solid. Why disposable oil? I hate disposable oil. It's so bad. I really need to make another tier that's just like... Disposable does not deserve to be among these guys. Because of how bad it is. It's probably one of the best... not one of the best. One of the worst oils in the game, I meant to say. Get 50% damage, flat damage, for a max... You get decrease of max durability of 75%. That is so bad. That's so much. That's too much. You shoot your gun twice, and it's dead. I am a stickler for durability in this game, in all fairness. I like to go through entire level just using the same two guns and not use repair kits. So maybe if you're one shot on the boss, disposable's probably the way to go. But I feel like one shot boss weapons are kind of just gimmicks. Because you're only using it for that one purpose and that's about it. And you can just use like a automatic shotgun with Crusader to kill bosses. That works just as well. And you have more durability. And you can kill more mobs and such, so I don't get it. I really don't get it. Discharge. Discharge is okay. It's no overclock though. Overclock gives you 40%. Discharge gives you 30 flat damage. So I guess C. I didn't realize how kind of varied these flat damages are. I can't believe how many are just in F tier. Like I thought like we'd have a lot of more A's and B's. But a lot of these seem to be quite mid. Which I'm very, very surprised about. Expander. 20 damage, no organ drops. 20 damage is very insignificant. Is it C? 20. Oh yeah, I put aesthetic in the situation or deny. Organs, I don't think are that useful. So it's slightly better than aesthetic. At least with aesthetic, Um, you do have more higher damage, but I feel like money's just more versatile in this game for just buying more oils, for example, or weapons. Um, so yeah, I think expander, sorry, in C tier is alright. I think that's okay. It's not too bad. It's not too shabby. So the spread oils are probably some of the worst oils in the game, in my opinion, because you only really want to use dead center. I don't think the rest of these give you enough benefit for the cost, in my opinion. So let's start with the spread oil. The spread oil just gives you 0.3 minus spread. That is so tiny. That's like crumbs. Literal crumbs. You put one flash hider, and it does so much more work in comparison. Uh, you gotta remember, you can only have 5 slots on your weapon. Why would you just use 0.3 spread on a gun? That's just nothing. And then, even worse, this gives you 0.3 spread, like minus spread, and you get less RPM. So it's another F tier. Why would you use these? It doesn't make any sense to me. Uh, Burrow. Uh, that's another movement speed one. It's 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 minus 15% movement speed with 0.5. No, it's 0.035 spread. Just anything with movement speed. It's just. I'm sorry. Maybe there's like one spread enjoyer out there. That didn't sound right. But you know what I mean. There's probably like one person out there who likes it. Plinger oil, minus 20 damage. Uh, percentage base as well. Minus 20% damage for almost one spread. It's 0.9. As a problem you see with these spread oils, they're mostly just like 0 point. You rarely get like a 1 minus spread. Unless it's this, because you get 2 minus spread. The Rico's bad, but on a laser weapon, you can make like a sniper Augustus, which is fantastic. But I mean, still the Rico is too kind of situational a little bit. I know. Artillery oil. What do you do again? Oh my god, it's artillery oil is so much worse than I realized. 0.9 spread for 10 bullet drop. Oh man. That's rough. What? I think these spread oils need to give you far they need to decrease spread far more for these to be ever useful. Like I said, I don't think spread is that much of an issue. As long as your weapon isn't like above 6, if it's a flamethrower, weapon, you can get away with more spread. I mean, even then, I just don't get the appeal of these. I want to get the appeal of these, but I don't. I just don't. And that ties into vegan oil, which I'm sorry, vegan enjoyers, or anyone who's vegan, but this oil is terrible. It's just 0.2 spread and no organ drops. Once again, it's just not worth it. I'm sorry, most of me during this segment with the spread oils is going to be saying, this is not worth it, do not use it. You can use anything else and shit instead. And that also goes for Shellman, which is 0.3. All these just seem to be like 0.3. And you get a minus 25% reload speed. So it's just... I want to give him a fair chance. I at least want to look into him every time. But then I just did it for this one. And this is also 0.3. With minus 10% jump. It's just... I'm broken record right now. I don't know what to say. I can't believe most of this tier list is just F tier. Like, we got these three and then just a massive concade of F tier. 0.6 in Lost and Focus. Ammo Consume Chomp's 30. That's quite high. That's quite high. Think when it comes to using overclock with a multi-chamber for extra ammo consume chance, you wouldn't even need to use this because you mostly will be putting it on weapons with really good spread control. So it's just useless. Bow. 0.5. At least it's not 0.3. So I guess it goes slightly above these guys. But you get a minus 20% bullet speed. Yay! That's fantastic. That's so good. Wow. I'm loving this. I feel like I'm going insane right now. Just looking at the same bloody oils that all just do the same thing and it's just not what... Oh! Hang on a minute. Exotic barrel. Get this. 1.5 minus spread. Oh, that's great. That goes in instant. Oh wait, what's the downside? Minus 50% durability. I spit on your grave. I spit on your grave. You're terrible. Get out of here. I don't want to ever see you again, exotic barrel. You make me sick to my stomach. Here we go again. 0.3. Should I just fucking just stop putting all of them in F tier? Do I even need to say? Do you guys just know why these are bad? Loot chance minus 50 for 0.3 spread. It hurts. It hurts. This one's even worse. This one's even worse in my opinion. Because this is also 0.3, but you can't bloody aim. You can't even aim down sights. Why would you want that? Why would anyone want that? Like, you want spread so you can aim better. You want to decrease your spread so you can aim better, but you can't aim. What's the point of you? Okay, so this is the one useful spread oil. Because you get minus 2 spread, which is, that's a godsend. That's a lot. That's a lot of spread reduction. And that's nice to have on a shotgun. You just get plus 1 recoil, which really isn't that bad. So good for you, Dead Center. I don't even need to say it. Normally drops 0.3. Yay, we did it! We did it! We did it! We got all the spread oils! And they're all in F tier. Besides this one. I already knew that was the case. But I just wanted to give him a fair chance and make sure I wasn't insane. But no, I was right. I dare you in the comments or anywhere to tell me that, exotic barrel is actually goated. Or, Klinker is underrated. Or stoic. I dare you. And everyone's gonna laugh at you. Especially me. Reload oils are these are probably all gonna be like situational. I don't think reloads are that necessary in this game. Especially since if you use Mosquito and Sanctity. Mosquito and Sanctity, infinite ammo. We all know this. So if you have infinite ammo, why would you want any of these? I do sometimes use Rush Job though. In all fairness, Rush Job is kind of fun. especially on the, I can't remember the weapon's name, it's the rifle that makes the ping noise. You can get a really, really fast reload with it, which is quite nice. Reload oil is okay, plus 25. It's alright, I guess. It's not hurting anyone, because if you want to reload slightly faster, it's there, if you want it. I wouldn't even say it's situational, because there's just no downside to it, really, is there? Nerf, nerf, nerf. I don't think I've ever used a nerf on a gun. You get minus 10% damage, 50% reload speed, and 5 bullet drop. No, I don't think you can make that viable. At what point would you want to trade damage and range for reload? Of all things. Like, that's just too much. That's way too much, in my opinion. How have we only got 3 in S tier? I really thought there would be more. I didn't realize how many of these oils are just bad. I'm starting to realize I just kind of use the same kind of oils for every weapon now. Combo is a weird one. So you get minus spread, minus recoil, both by 10%. Get 80% reload speed, and you get 60% movement speed. Now, not with me, you would expect me just to put this at F because of movement speed. I think it's situational, genuinely. Mostly because minus spread and recoil is quite nice, and you get that like 80%. That's almost 100. Just the movement speed's your biggest downside. You can make it work if you're like switching into it. Like say you're using a combo, maybe a combo stationary weapon. So you just can't move. But you just have like a gun that has like insane fire rate, fast reload, no recoil, basically no spread, but you just can't move. You can just switch to your weapon, move around, sit in place, shoot, switch to your weapon if you want to move or escape. It would just be really difficult for bossing. So I think it's like kind of situational. I don't think it's too bad, but I don't think it's not a go-to. It's not something I would always go to. I do need to experiment with it far more though. Yeah, I'll look into that. I think situational is fair. Gunslinger has 40% reload speed and disables aiming, which is quite nice. That's not bad. It's not something. Yeah, I'll put it in B actually. That 40% for not being able to aim is pretty solid. I don't know. Aiming down sight isn't that beneficial. Neither is really reloading. But say if it's why is it really slow? Like the newer access. Then again, you could just make it infinite ammo. Should I move this here and move this down here? That's the question. Yeah, reloading's good, but it's not that good. I'm sorry, reload fans. It's moving down. It's moving to C. But this is probably the most viable reload option. But I just don't use reload oils. I just don't use them all. I hate Fidget Lord. I hate Fidget Lord for many, many reasons. The biggest reason is whenever you use Holy Savior, I love Flow Flannel. Flow Funnel is one of my favorite oils in the entire game. But if you put it on a gun, it changes it to Fidget Lord. And I remember doing the watching Homie Dot's gun battle. And I was like, oh yeah, and I completely forgot, like, the name changes when I put this on a gun. So I recommend Fidget Lord oil. Fidget Lord oil decreases movement speed by 60. 60% for 70 reload speed. So my really cool lighter pistol just became terrible because of this one one piece of shit oil. So yeah, it's the bane of my existence, and it upsets me to this day that Perfect Random has not fixed that bug with Flow Funnel. It keeps getting renamed. Same with, where is it? Sanctity. Sanctity oil always gets renamed to Tetras. I think it's to do with just how it's named in the dev mode. In dev mode, it's called Tetris. So when you put it on your gun, it's changed to that. But I feel like these two bugs should be really simple to fix, and they just have not fixed it at all. But yeah, Fidget Lord is the worst, well, probably one of the worst oils in the game. I probably should make a tier for like absolute worst, but no, I can't be bothered. It's F tier, it's bad, just don't use it. That's all you need to know. At this point, I should just start just dragging them into here. That's just the running theme of this video. We've got like nothing in these, and just all this in F. If you know what tech support is, you know why. Minus 70 jump power for 50% reload speed. Reload speed is not even that good. Why do you have such a high downside? At what point am I gonna be like, oh, I really need that reload speed, but I can't jump anymore? Totally worth it. But it's not all doom and gloom, because we actually found a good reload oil. Oh, shocker! And honestly, it's probably actually slightly better than Gunslinger, actually. Because I think Gunslinger gives you 30. Because Toss gives you 30% reload speed, no organ drops, which is pretty nice, in all fairness. Gunslinger gives you 40. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, they're both in C then. Like, these two are very, very solid together. You'll still get like a bunch of benefits for very little downsides. This one you just can't aim, but you get 40 reload. This one just organ drops, which you don't need to worry about organ drops. And when you can just use toxic lobotomy, my goodness, I can't speak today. Probably because I've been talking for like an hour. I've been talking for an hour, and I've still got all these. What's happened? Yes, I'm being forced to do this against my will. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. I've gone too far already. I have to see it all the way through. Tactical all minus 20% damage for reload speed of 50. Oh, it's 60. My bad. Not like it's worth it though. Why do you ever want to reduce damage, especially for reload? Of all things, I guess it could be worse. It's not like, oh, you get like 0.9 spread for like minus 20 damage. So I guess it's slightly better, but it's still bad. It's still very, very bad. This is okay, this is very situational. Action. So I can only see why you would want to go for action. So it gives you 100% recoil for 40% reload speed. I guess if you didn't want to make an infinite ammo Neuraxis, you can make it work. Even then, I feel like you can just put Mosquito on a Neuraxis, and you'll be fine. People love infinite ammo guns, but you really just need to put Mosquito on a gun, and that would do you just fine, genuinely. But I'm sure you can find some use with action. There's probably like, I'm trying to think of all the energy weapons now in the game. Maybe the Augusta, if you really want to speed it up. I might be being too forgiving for action. Am I just tired of putting everything in F tier? Nah, screw it. I'll put it in situational. Just mainly because it's not bad. I wouldn't say it's bad. There is some use to it. Main discipline, which is 30% reload chance, minus % loot chance. Uh, Task is just better. Just use Task instead. I'm sorry. There's not even like there's not even like an in-depth discussion. But you've seen the time. You're watching this and going, is he really gonna do every single one of these? And yes, I will. I try my best to. But not all of your favorite oils are gonna get the best description, sadly. That's just how it's gonna be. Cycle oil. 1+ spread reload speed of 25. It's just not worth it. That's gonna be that's the title of the video just should be it's not worth it for most of these oils. It's just never is. Speed trade. Which actually I kinda like the name of it, it's actually very thin. It's reload speed of 30, bullet speed of minus 30. Cute name, not useful. If you want to decrease bullet speed, you have just so much better options. You have these two. And yes, I will always talk about how amazing these two oils are. And I swear to God, if Perfect Random, any point, nerfs them, I'm gonna be insanely upset. I'm gonna be fuming at the mouth if they do anything to my boys. What's next? It's main focus. Yeah, main focus, which is 20% reload speed, no money drops. Task is better. It just is. You get 30. This gives you 20 for some reason. Organs are just not as useful. You can just do way more with money. Money's just more versatile in this game compared to organs. It's another. Stop giving me bad oils. Give me a good oil, please. Minus 30 damage, 40% reload speed. Why? In all fairness, I can't think of what you could change it to. You know, some of these oils are just kind of doomed to be bad. But I don't know, man. Some of these downsides are too harsh. Reload speed has just never been that useful in SULFUR. Most guns you reload are pretty fast, give or take. Rust job is nice if you're using off overclock and multi-chamber. I don't know why I'm saying that now because we're literally just about to get there. But oh well. Double lock. Double lock. Rate of fire minus 25. Reload speed of 35. Nah. Just use task on gunslinger. Like 35 is slightly more. Not as much. Just these two are just always the go-to. Just yeah. I'm sorry, double lock. I remember using airsoft. I think airsoft is one of the rare oils that actually give you drag. Yeah. So you get minus 15 damage. Reload speed of 40. So same as this one. But you just don't aim. Which really isn't that bad. And drag can really well, I wouldn't say really badly affect your gun. But you will have less range. Your bullets arc downwards. If that makes any sense. Like how like a real gun works. It's just nah. I don't see the appeal when guns like this. Okay, shape clip isn't that bad. Well, I mean it. Oh no, I got it mixed. It is actually really bad. Oh god, I just realized how bad shape clip is. I thought it was like consume chance. No, it's minus 30 durability for 50% reload. Oh my god. Who keeps making these durability oils? Who? I need to talk to them. I think they need help. Why would you use this? This is terrible. Maybe you know what? I'm moving disposable and situational. Like, in comparison, you can make a boss weapon with it. So I guess that's something. Very, 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 very situational, by the way. I want to clarify. It's not something I would do. But then again, I'm probably there's probably some person like screaming while watching this, telling me just how awful this tier list is. Rush Job I actually quite enjoy because it's quite nice to have with Overclock and Muddy Chamber, as I said previously. Where's Muddy Chamber? Muddy Chamber, Muddy Chamber. There he is. I love Muddy Chamber. It deserves a bit more love. So yeah, I'd probably say it's C tier. I think Rush Job's alright. 50% is a lot of reload, and you can make it work on some guns, like the ping rifle. Finally, we're done. We're done with like some of the worst oils. These two, absolutely terrible. Okay, these are really bad as well. we'll get to bullet penetration and these. I have some very, very hot takes about bullet bounces in this game, which you guys will probably not like at all. But that's a bridge we'll pass when we'll get there. I don't know what the saying is, I'm sorry. Less recoil. It has no downside. It's a nice oil. 25% less recoil. That's just nice. It's cute. It's harmless. You know, it's just a nice little guy that's not doing anything wrong. He's not like any of these foul-mouthed, disgusting little gremlins of the night. It just gives you less recoil, no downsides. I like that. I like that about him. Contained force, on the other hand. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, how did you get here? Where do you think you're going? No, 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 you don't deserve to be up there. Not in a million years. 45% recoil reduction, and you get minus 20% durability. Oh boy, I love when my weapons can only shoot twice and break. I love durability in games. Sorry, I don't take that as a diss, Silver developers. I understand why durability is in the game, but no one's going to use contained force. And if you do, please show me how to make it work. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something here. Also, we have another situation with these oils, with damage oil. We're going to see a very big connection between percentage-based damages and recoil-based damages. So with braced, it's minus 20% recoil, 50% jump power, minus jump power. I wish there was oil that gave us jump power. That would be really nice. But yeah, we basically can't jump. And remember, 25%, no downsides. These two, tons of downsides. Well, actually, this gives you 45. This one just gives you 20. So, sorry for talking shit to you, I forgot you're 45. But you're just 20. Why would I use you when your older brother is like, he's just a little guy, he's nice. He's just nice to have, he doesn't do anything wrong. Okay, maybe I did misspeak. Maybe these recoil oils aren't as good as I thought they were. So, minus 25%, minus 20, but why can't I not talk? Minus 25% oil. I want to die. 25% recoil. I'm losing sanity. I'm using brain cells looking at all these different colors. Minus 25% recoil for 10% consume chance. Sorry, I sang in my throat. Anyway, who's next? Who's next on the chopping block? Who's going into fucking F tier again? Oh, it's pea shooter. You're telling me I get minus 20% recoil for smaller bullets? I don't even need to say anything. I don't even need to say anything. Some of these oils just genuinely need to be reworked. They need to be revisited and reevaluate, reevaluate, reevaluated. Apologies. Attention. Minus 35% recoil for minus 15% movement speed. That's another S tier. Yeah, let's put it in S tier. Yeah. I wasn't expecting this just to be all F tiers. But hold your horses. This is kind of okay. It's kind of okay. I'd say that. You get a minus 20% loot chance and minus 30 recoil. If you're really struggling with recoil, I gotta be brutally honest, loot chance is not that big of a deal in this game. Loot chance only applies to enemies you kill. So if you kill an enemy, say with no oils, they have a random chance to drop a item, weapon, armor, food, anything like that. I don't believe it's connected to the organ drops. The thing is with loot chance, you can still get plenty of loot from crates, grass, like chests, just anything. When you're late game in SULFUR, loot becomes way, way, way less important. You're mostly just playing for fun. And even then, you can always just like, I mean, it's only like 20% loot chance. That's not even that bad. You still have like an 80% chance to get something valuable. But most of your best loot comes from chests or crates. You can get really lucky with crates. So yeah, I think casual C. That's not bad at all. Easy plop I don't get. In all fairness, you do get a very, very small amount of bullet drop. It's only 5 with a 65 recoil reduction. But stable hip and flow funnel are just better in every single way. So don't even bother with it. I wouldn't even advise just putting on a rocket launcher weapon. No, no. So burst gun, which give you 35% reduce in recoil and 30 decrease in reload speed. That is also why don't my brain keeps saying S tier? I think I'm tired of not putting anything in here. I feel like I'm like a factory worker just assigning everything into F tier right now. It's just not worth it. It really isn't. Just 35% recoil reduction for minus 30. You're better off just using less recoil casual at that rate. Or flow funnel and stim pip. But we'll get to that when we get there. Which is very shortly. Because we've got to deal with the relax oil. And I'm not relaxed right now. In fact, I'm very, very niffed. Because it's just not worth it. None of these were worth it. Or any of these good. Or any of these worth it. I'm going insane. I'm really going insane right now. Minus 20% bullet speed, 50 recoil. If it was damage, like 50 damage for bullet speed, oh my god. Oh wait, we already have something like that up here. But, nah, like recoil is not too much of a problem as well. As long as you know how to build weapons to not be, like, insane. Like, even in, like, some insane guns with really high recoil, you can just manage with good trigger discipline. But the bullet speed is, like, bullet speed is not a problem. But why would you use this instead of just using these? You know? Putting this on means you can't put these on, is what I'm basically suggesting right now. So it's just ill-advised. Ready or not, it's the ready oil. And I'm still not ready for it. Because I can't load the fucking page. I was not ready for the ready oil. You get minus 40% rate of fire for minus 45 recoil. I'm just gonna put it there. 40% recoil, like for minus 40 rate of fire. It's too much. Far too much. Like you're just gonna be it's gonna be like a slideshow when you're shooting your gun. I'm just trying to go through these as quick as possible now. I'm losing brain cells. Stability oil, minus 15 damage for 35% recoil. That is F tier. It's just not worth it. It just never is worth it. You really would want to, if you ever want to reduce damage on your gun, it's because you're using these ones. Damage multipliers, because it pays off. You get more damage than what you lose for most of these. But in comparison to this, it's just I was dumb and put this on some of my weapons, and then I realized stable hip and flow funnel and less recoil and casual exists. So that's on me. Stable hip, it's so goated. It feels so good to finally put something in S tier. Hallelujah. Praise be Jesus. Sorry, I shouldn't be making this religious. But this game is very, very religious and very, very Christmas themed. Stable hip, minus 62% recoil, disables aiming. That is phenomenal. Say you use like puncher, or you use like automatic shotgun, right? Automatic shotguns are always really, really hard to control. This just makes it so much easier. And you don't even need the aim of a shotgun. So it's just perfection. It's so good. I love stable pip so much. This is just the same as fucking stability. It's just this was 15. This is 10 minus damage. So this is actually better than stability. And I'm pretty sure it's the same amount of recoil. It's minus 35. So yeah, if you really, 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 really want to use a recoil oil that takes some damage away, just use safety. Safety's way better than stability. But even then, I don't know why you would. You know, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Oh, oh, it's just vegetable. I think it's vegetable oil. Sorry, I've been doing this for a while now. I'm losing track. How many more have we got? Uh, so vegetable oil. Minus 20 recoil for no organ drop. Less recoil exists, so we don't need it. You're just redundant. Another redundant oil in this redundant list. Easy oil is not easy because it gives you 20 minus recoil for no money. No money, you lose. Good day, sir. You get no benefit when you can just use less recoil oil. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? No, so flow funnel. I love flow funnel. Too much people give too much shit to flow funnel. It's A tier. Spread is not that bad in this game. You can make it work. More people should use flow funnel. Though don't use it with suppressive. But more people should use suppressive as well. Suppressive is... Oh, I can't wait when we get to suppressive. Suppressive is just, in my opinion, probably one of the best oils in the game. Maybe not one of, maybe the best. Because it just makes anything busted. But I think flow funnel is really good. Really fun on flamethrowers as well. Because you don't really get much of a downside for high amounts of spread. And I've used it on like a few guns that are just like, well, I wanted to do aim down sights. I think you can just use flow funnel and dead center. I'm not sure how intensive the recoil is. I know it's quite bad, but I think it might counteract it. So these two are not too bad. Okay, RPM. RPM at oils are not too shabby. I don't remember them being that bad, but I must admit I only really use 2 RPM oils, and that's zero fucks, attack speed, lightweight. Stationary I still need to use more because it is quite fun. From what I've seen at least, but you just can't move. That's the only downside, really. So, Blurt is rate of fire 30 with bullet speed of 20, minus 20. It's... Yeah, I think my final verdict is I'm just going to put this in F. I think there's just better options, genuinely. You can find way more better RPM oils. Waster is 20%, 20% rate of fire, with no money drops. Ugh. That's just... why? I'm pretty sure attack speed is 25 as well. It's this problem. You keep seeing it with every single one of these oils. Like, why would I use an oil like grounded when I can just use damage oil? Why would I use... Actually, where is the reload oil? Yeah, why would I use the reload oil if I... Yeah, why would I use shave clip when I have the reload oil? You know? It's just not necessary. There's too many of these oils are outclassed by their non-downside counterpart. So they just need bigger buffs, I think. Same for like no look. Normally I'd probably give this a pretty high tier because it's disables aiming, but you only get a rate of fire of 30, which isn't a lot. I'd prefer if it was like 40. 40 would be kind of quite nice. Kind of similar to Gunslinger. Like Staple Hit gives you like minus 62% recoil. So it's very diminished. This should be way, way, way higher in comparison to the other oils. That's probably why just no one uses it. Perfitate? I'm learning new words here. I hope you guys are proud of me. So this is rate of fire of 20, no organ drops. Bow bow! In F! Is anyone surprised at this point? Am I locked in this chamber of misery? This is my personal hell? I thought this would be fun. It's not. It's becoming draining. Rate of fire. Oh my god, this is terrible. This is rate of fire of 20 and minus 70. Minus 70 bullet size? What? You're like shooting pebbles. In all fairness, I don't think bullet size really does anything in this game. I haven't really tested it. There's not many oils that actually decrease bullet size. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Like, there's some that increase size, like the big oil. But decreasing size is far, far, far less common. So rapid internals is minus 20% damage. Jeez Louise, that's a lot. And rate of fire of 35. That's in F. That's another bad one. I'm sorry, I'm just speedrunning at this point. I'm not even giving like some good feedback on why you kind of want to use these. But it seems to be like a case of like 1 or 2 oils in certain categories are really, really useful, and other ones just not as much. Okay, it's not too bad actually, double fire. Rate of fire 50, which is really, really good. Extra ammo consume chance is 25. I feel like if you already have that on a weapon that has overclock and multi-chamber, you can make it quite nice. I'll say it's situational, because I feel like most times out of 10 you're not gonna need, like, if you're going for overclock and multi-chamber, you're mostly building for high damage. You don't really need the extra RPM. But I'm sure there's like some very, very niche way to build around it. I won't deny that. If anyone has any suggestions for what you can do with double fire, please let me know, because I'd be very, very curious. Please don't give me any suggestions for Fragile System, because it's terrible. Minus 30 durability for rate of fire 50. Maybe I judged you too harsh, double fire, because you could have been this. And this is terrible. Also, thank God, finally. Another one. I love Zero Fucks, both for the name and the fact it's actually a really good oil. You get a rate of fire of 50 and a loot chance of minus 100. And in my opinion, the loot chance is not bad. Like, you don't need it. You can get loot from other sources. As I mentioned, chests, crates, grass. You can use vendors. Yeah, like maybe 1 or 2 times I can remember I got like a really good item from killing an enemy. But still, you can late game it, especially, you don't really need it. So you just get like a ton of attack speed. RPM, I mean. Attack speed is coming up though, which I'll probably give a pretty fair rating to. But yeah, late game you don't need it. You don't need loot drops as much. Now a good old attack speed. I would say that's yeah, I would say it's C tier. Just no downside. I feel you still would benefit from damage oil, because damage oil is just universally useful. You always want to have more ammo in this game. More damage, I mean. You always have plenty of ammo. You can always make ammo work in this game. But you always want to go for plenty of damage in this game. Attack speed, not as much. Recoil, not as much. Yeah, I think the reason why I put it here, because reload is not as desirable as recoil and attack speed. It just isn't. It just really isn't. Reload is okay, but I've never really used it on many guns. Okay, Rookie. Rookie has some uses, actually. I don't know how beneficial it is. It's a rate of fire of 50 and a reload speed of 75. It's situational, because you can make it in some instances quite useful for infinite ammo guns. My biggest problem with it is I wish it worked in tandem with the Neuraxis. I really, really hoped it would decrease the amount of time it took for the spread to decrease. I think that's what would make the Neuraxis like 10 times better. If you increase the RPM so it just charges up way faster. But I think you could probably make Rookie work with infinite ammo guns. I don't know if it's that busted. So I'm putting it in situational for now. Like, you can find a use for it. I just don't know what that use is. And that's my fault. You know. But when there's so many oils in this game, there comes a time when you can't even remember what you've used it on. You know, or you had it with another oil and it kind of just destroyed and balked it entirely. Shower oil, 40 RPM and bullet drop of 10. Why? Why? It's just, I love the name though. The name's really cute, but it's just never in a million years do I think I would ever use shower, which probably says a lot about me. I'm a very, very sweaty SULFUR player. So, splitter 35 rate of fire for one spread. No. You know, I was going to be nice and put it in C. Because, you know, 25, 35. That's not bad for one spread. And I realized this exists. When this exists, you don't need this. And if you don't want loot chance, just use this. So no, it gives an F2. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but that's just how I just think it makes the most amount of sense, really. Some oils just really, really outclass each other. I don't know what... I mean, that's probably self-evident, isn't it? I like how it's like, okay, yeah. Where are the rest of the oils? Oh, I see. That's rough. That's rough. Anyway, rate of fire of 50. Sorry, I didn't even say the name. It's the machine. The machine oil. Well, just machine. Rate of fire 50. Movement speed of... It's fucking one of these. This is really bad. This is minus 50 move speed. Genuinely. Tell me how to build a gun with the machine oil. Maybe if you're stacking it with stationary, but you don't need that much RPM. That's just overkill. Okay, I actually really like this. I actually really like lightweight. Lightweight, mostly because it's quite nice to have on laser weapons, just to give them a nice extra boost. Especially on the... It's like the catapult or something. It's the laser assault rifle. Putting that on that makes it into like an absolute death machine. It's fantastic. It's so fun. And yeah, I think if oil has a downside that is recoil, you can instantly find like a purpose to it. The very decisive oil stationary. It's kind of evident that it's going to go in situational. I think you can make it work with combo. It has a rate of fire of 30, which I believe is the highest of all the RPM oils. A minus 85% recoil, which is really, really good. Outclasses that. Movement speed of 90, minus 90. So you cannot move. And a minus 90 jump. I think it's very, very well balanced. It's a very, very perfectly balanced. It's got high rate of fire recoil. You can make it work so well with combo. You just become like a portable turret. But it's situational. It's very, 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 very much situational. But you can make it work. You can make it work very, very well. The reason why it's not S tier, because I feel like with S tier weapons, you can just kind of slap on any gun. You know, you could put late bloom, you could put pot shot, slow punch, stable hit, zero fucks, and just breeze through the game with no issue whatsoever. I always forget these guys exist. I feel so sorry for the critical oils. I genuinely do, because crit is such a cool mechanic, which is so very, very quickly outclassed thanks to these guys. How crit works is a percentage chance to do double of your damage. Why would I want to do double my damage if I could just put on one oil that guarantees I do double damage? You know? So unfortunately, I'm pretty sure all these will go in F tier. Am I being too harsh? Like, aimless is probably the one good one. The highest percentage you get is 30. 30% chance to crit. right? But you can't aim, which negates the point of using crit because you get more benefits from using scopes. But then why would I want to focus on crit when I can just slap like a suppressive with tandem and do ×5? ×5 damage would not even come close to these oils. So I don't know. If I'm missing something here, please let me know. But genuinely, these are just the most useless oils in the game. They just have no use, no benefit. I don't even know how you would rework them. There's got to be something. There's got to be some way you can make them work, but genuinely, nah. You can't. I can't think of any time I've ever wanted to put crit on a gun. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. I'm very, very curious. I'm fascinated with gun building, and I'm on a human. I probably missed something. You're probably like banging at the screen, telling me, no, fucking Gambler's the best oil in the game. But I don't see it. I don't, sadly. Okay, we're going to bullet speed. Bullet speed has some uses, some practicality. You mostly want to use bullet speed whenever you use rockets and matrix. Now, with matrix, it kind of just stops your bullets in place. But say if you use instant oil, which we'll get to, that's a really, really good oil, your bullets at least become mid-range. You can still at least do damage and they're not just like floating in one spot. And yeah, these are also just really good for rockets. So you can shoot them just way, way, way faster. But besides those two niches, they're still got a lot of downsides, and it's very much the case of why would I use this when I can just use this one oil that does everything, as we've seen up here with these themes. You rarely see two of the same besides these two, so these are great. And mostly just going to be like one group is the all go-to. So type barrel is F tier because -20 durability for 70 bullet speed. 70 bullet speed isn't even the highest. Highest is 200. So yeah, it's any oils that take away durability is not good because that means you got to repair it way more, and it's just not nice. I feel kind of nice to turbulence because all you get 50% bullet speed, no organ drops. It's a C. It's okay. It's alright. It's doing its little thing. It might actually make me put is there any like standard oil? I think it might be velocity. We'll get to velocity and we'll see how it compares to turbulence. And I'll see if I'd put it any higher. So kinetic gives you 80% bullet speed and bullet drop. Why? Why would I ever use that? There's no point me like you could say, oh, but put it on a fucking rockets on a rocket scroll. There's going to be way better here, and you'll see. Just it isn't necessary at all. Bullet drop is just not very nice, and it's so little that it does not make me want to use it at all. So velocity, the velocity oil gives you 30 bullet speed, which is too little, in my opinion. It's far too little. I felt like I was being generous with turbulence. But 50 is not too bad. Organ drops is not too bad. If you really, really want organs, as I said before, toxic lobotomy. I can never say it. Assassin's Dart is F tier because it reduces your movement speed by 25 and you get 70 bullet speed. Bullet speed is nice, but you're not gonna always want it. You're not gonna always need it. Movement is incredibly important in this game, especially for like dodging and weaving enemies. So I don't see why you would ever put this. I can't believe how many of these are F tier. I thought I used more of these oils, but I really don't. I know, maybe I'm being too harsh. Boat oil. Minus 30 damage for bullet speed of 50. Oh my god, that's literally outclassed by turbulence. 50, 50. No organ drops. Okay. Minus 30 damage. Jeez Louise. Yikes. That's rough. That's really rough. I can't see why you would ever want to use it. Micro wing. There's a bullet speed of 80 and a consume chance of 20. I don't see why you would want to use bullet speed on any guns that consume extra ammo. It just doesn't seem necessary in my opinion. I don't know, maybe there's a build I'm not thinking of. Nothing's coming to mind. I can't. Like I said, if you build a gun that consumes extra ammo, you're mostly building it for a ton of damage. Like you'd use it on a breacher, the ping rifle, the dart, anything like that. 20% extra consume chance, bullet speed of 80. Oh, speaking of dart, we literally got the dart oil now. Alright. What have you got? What you got for us, dart oil? Anything interesting? Oh, what's that? Minus jump power of 25. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. You get 50% bullet speed. Turbulence is just better. Just use turbulence. Why would you ever use that? I don't know. Maybe dart oil is like someone's favorite oil, and they're very, very upset. Fast bet is the equivalent of turbulence, but with money. So, in my opinion, it's less valuable. But if you care more about organs, then this should probably be in C. I don't, because you can get organs other ways. So it goes here. I'm sorry. I like money too much. I'm too much of a greedy guts. That's just how I am. Minus... Oh, I keep forgetting to say the name now. I'm going through these too quick. Arrow oil. I wish it turned your bullets into arrows, but you do minus 20 damage and a bullet speed of 80. This video should just be called putting oils in F tier. Oh, I spoke too soon. Hallelujah. 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 200% bullet speed. Disables aiming. Oh, mwah. Magnifique. I love instant oil. It is so good. It is so nice to have. Any rocket bullets you have, just shoot out so fast. You put Matrix on a gun, put instant with it. You can use Matrix with Star and Witness with instant. Your bullets will become a lot more short range. But oh my god, do you get just like you get free? I think it's ×5 Matrix. I think Matrix is ×5 or ×4. Can't remember. But you get what I mean. You just get a ton of free bullets for just 2 oils. So I think I will probably put Matrix in S tier. No, maybe A tier. We'll get there. When I need to think about it some more. Matrix is really, really fun though. I feel like most of these will probably be in S tier because they're just so nice to have. So delayed hypertube, minus 50 rate of fire for bullet speed, plus 100. Some people really like delayed hypertube. I don't get it, but I feel like there's probably something I'm missing here. So I'm gonna put it in situational. Like, yeah, I guess if you put it on like, well, yeah, but why would you not just use instant? I guess if you really want to aim down sight. Okay, I'll just be nice and put it in situational. Because I think you could probably find some use for it. 100 bullet speed is quite nice, in all fairness. Uh, this is not very nice or useful. 50% bullet speed for 30 recoil. 30% recoil. Just use turbulence. Turbulence is just, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. You can probably hear it. I'm losing steam. I'm losing steam right now. It's I'm waiting. I'm getting all weak. I'm getting all weak or frail. I feel like I've been here forever. Extra powder. Minus reload speed of 25 and bullet speed of 50, which isn't too bad. But just use turbulence. Too many oils are outclassed. I think they need to either buff or rework some of these. Or maybe that's the point. Maybe some of these are just meant to be bad. So you experiment more. I don't know. Oh, you know what? This is actually pretty alright, actually. So, Wim oil. Yeah, I'll put that in C. Wim gives you. Am I too harsh on tech? Am I too nice with attack speed? Yeah. I'm too nice with attack speed. I'm gonna put it in F. Like 20. It's 30, right? Yeah, 30 is not too much. When these give you 50. So, Wim gives you 50 bullet speed and minus 25% loot chance. Minus 25 is pretty forgiving, all fairness. You do have a very, very high percentage of finding loot still. Ooh, zoom in. I use zoom in quite a bit, actually. So with zoom in, you just get one spread and 80 bullet speed, which is alright. One spread is not that bad, in all fairness. But bullet, 80%, 80% is very, very nice. It's not that versatile where I'm like, I need to put this on every single gun, but one spread is very, very forgiving compared to like flow funnel that gives you free spread for like 62 recoil. It would be S tier if it was 2 spread, but yeah, for 1 spread, very, 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 very nice. Okay, these are probably some of my favorite oils in the game. We're actually gonna put oils not in F tier. Well, some, but we're actually gonna have some stuff in B and A. I know, right? That's quite shocking. Parallel mag, which is just 100% projectile amount with minus 50 reload speed. You'd be like, why would I ever use that? Infinite ammo. So yeah, it goes an 8. If you have any infinite ammo guns, put parallel mag on. It's a free win. There's no downside to it whatsoever. It's amazing. I love parallel mag. Moti chamber. I love Moti chamber. It is my baby. Though maybe I'm too forgiving with it. I don't even know where I would put Moti chamber actually. So extra projectile amount, 100. Yeah, I think it's on par with parallel mag actually. It's a little more situational, but honestly, it's just so nice to have. Oh, am I being too? Maybe I'm being too forgiving actually. Maybe it should be B tier. I would say, yeah, I would say it's B tier. Like overclock gives you a fuck ton of damage. If this was 200, it would be A tier, but it's only 100. But it's still very, very nice on guns like the dirt and stuff like that. This is just more viable because most people like to build infinite ammo weapons. So parallel mag is always just going to be a must-have, I think, in comparison to multi-chamber. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure someone prefers multi-chamber over parallel mag, but I do I do love both of these very, very much. I wish I could say the same about Black Friday, but I don't. I still remember when this used to take 2 slots. Maybe it still does, I can't remember now. But I just don't use it. So, at first you're like, oh, minus 15% damage. That's not bad. And you get 100 extra projectiles. So it's just extra tandem. Just where is it? I've actually perked up because I'm actually reviewing stuff now. Yeah. So say it's the same as tandem. That's not bad. What's the downside? Minus 33% max durability. So yeah, unfortunately that has to has to stay there in F tier. Oh my god. I forgot how bad this was. Jeez Louise. Minus 70% damage for 200 projectiles. You can tell this is this is before Guns of Magic came out, because what is it? Matrix and Suppressive just completely outclasses. This takes away like 40 damage. And this takes away 70 for 200. You get 400 projectiles. 2. Oh, probably one of the best what is it? Multiple projectile oils in the game. Tandem. Everyone knows it. Everyone loves tandem. Minus 15% damage for 100 extra projectiles. It's beautiful. Any gun under the sun gets improved with just this one oil. 50% minus damage is so little in comparison to like some of these other oils that ask for way, way, way more. So yeah, I love it to bits. It's one of my favorites. And I will protect it with all my soul. And please the God, do not nerf this. Because that would ruin every single one of my guns. Gemini is its little forgotten brother. I wouldn't say it's bad though. Minus 30 damage for 100 projectiles. It's more niche. But you can always just slap on. In the past, the old meta used to be tandem Gemini. But I feel like now it's mostly tandem suppressive. Or you'd use. No, yeah, it would be that. Some people maybe bombard if you're really up close and personal. But yeah, old meta used to be tandem Gemini. Gemini's still really good, but just not as desired as tandem. But I still like it. I think it still deserves to be in B. So this is a really weird oil. The double or nothing oil. Minus 25% damage, projectile amount 100, and loot chance minus 100. Now I'm normally pretty forgiving with like 0 fucks. Like any oils that get rid of loot chance. But I feel like just 100% kinda just, especially when you got tandem and Gemini with no other downsides. Look at C tier. Like if you really, really need extra projectiles. Yeah, well yeah, I guess. Yeah. I feel like you still would want to use suppressive. But on its own, I don't think it's a bad oil. I don't think it's that bad. It is outclassed though. And you know me when I see outclassed stuff. But you can still make something with this. If you were like really, really desperate and didn't want to use Gemini, and you don't really care about loot chance, yeah, go ahead. You can use double or nothing. There's no downside to it really, I think. I feel like it should do 200. Give you 200 projectiles. Because it does slap on the loot chance. Just give it a little boost. Boomstick, I actually kind of like. But it's not always useful. You'd mostly want to use it on weapons that, let me think. Could use it putting on rockets, like lava weapons, any weapons that do like uh leave a status effect on the floor, storm surge. Um, yeah, I feel like it has like a very niche, very niche use to it, but you can find a use case for it. Gives you minus 25% damage, spread of 70, recoil of 200, projectile amount of 200, and disables aiming. Um, yeah, I mean, like, I guess maybe I'm just too soft on it because that used to be like the old meta for using lava guns. But if you think about it, you could put boomstick, because it disables aiming. So boomstick, disable hip, and suppressive, and you can get a pretty nasty like status effect, floor weapon. If you're into that kind of thing, or like storm surge, it's really fun with storm surge. But you're very likely to get yourself killed with it. But that's just my opinion. I think it's alright. I think it's very situational. Oh, Division, I still have nightmares about you. Before you could cleanse your guns, I remember putting this on a gun I really liked, and halfway through I realized just how bad it is. Minus 20% damage, a spread of 1, bullet size minus 70, and a projectile amount of 100. Too many downsides for what the two you get. You only get 100 protect, 100 protect. I can't talk now. The problem with Division is that you only get 100 projectile amounts. You only get 100 extra bullets. It's only times 2. What I'm saying is, why would you use that when you can use Tandem, Gemini, double nothing, multi-chamber, Palameg? I don't see the use case really. Now, Bombard on the other hand, that's not too shabby. That's not too bad. So you get minus 10 damage, which is very forgiving. 200 projectiles, and a bullet drop of 10. I think it's C. I think it's a C tier. Like on a shotgun, this is really nice. Really nice. Breton rockets. The bullet drop of it being 10 is not that significant compared to like the delayed hypertube, which is like 40. Where you're doesn't matter how much zoom in you put on your gun, it's not gonna get better. You know, you can still make a good gun if you have zoom in, whim, turbulence with bombard. It's not the best, but you can make a nice, nasty little gun with it, I think. Oh, I love suppressive. Suppressive is one of my favorites. Mostly because I don't think it's as detrimental as many other people think it is. So you get a minus 40% damage. Minus 40% damage. A projectile amount of 3, and your accuracy while moving is minus 200. As long as you just like stop and start, you can just do a fuck ton of damage. Like most enemies come to you, so as long as you're in a safe spot and then you should do a ton of damage. Whenever you have an opportunity to use suppressive, if it's like least resistance, put it on. It's so good with least resistance for shotguns. You counteract the massive spread with homing bullets, and it works really good with snipers as well, because with snipers you're mostly just going to be sitting stationary, and just having an extra boost of damage is just, it's god tier. I love suppressive so much. I'm sure everyone else does as well. Oh, we went from like the best oil to like one of the worst oils. Elephant oil. You get minus 25 damage, 200 spread. Jesus. 10 recoil, bullet size of 200, which is neat. I wish more oils give you bigger bullets. Projectile amount of 200, which is far too little. 200 is far too little for these downsides. And I've still got 2 more to list. Bullet drop of 10, and movement speed of minus 50. and you just get 200 projectiles. That's so little. That's nothing. I, I, I genuinely do not know what they would think of that. I do love the fact that it makes you slower, but it needs to do, I don't know, it needs to do like 5 or 6 projectile rounds, which probably will break the game. But I don't know, for something as goofy as Elephant, it needs to be just, it needs more oomph, it needs more power to it. Especially since suppressive is so little downside for how much benefit you get from it. 2 time is -10 damage, spread of 3, projectile amount of 200. Nah, it's just not really worth it. You're better off just using double nothing or bombard, in my opinion. A spread of 3 is quite high. The reason why I like flow funnel so much is because you get such a spread isn't too much of a downside because you mostly want to use this on shotguns. This with 2 time, you don't always want to build a 2 times gun or multi-projectile gun around a shotgun. So I feel like it's just a bit more niche, and I don't think I've seen that many people use 2 time, especially since you have way, way, way better options in terms of like tandem and Gemini and such. Killer splitters that used to be kind of desirable, but it's just outclassed now. You just don't need it. It's a -25% damage, spread of 200, recoil of 200, projectile amount of 300, which is very, very nice. And then max durability of 75. If it didn't have max durability of 75, I'd probably put it in like situational, maybe even C. But the durability loss is so high, and it really needs to get reworked, I think. If you replace, if you just remove that, it would just have more of a use case. Because 300 projectiles is very, very nice to have on any gun. You could probably make it work on like a laser gun, since you don't even really need to worry about spread at that rate. But I don't know, maybe at some point we'll get like a oils rework. That's something I would really, really like to see. Can you guess why? Can you guess why? Well, at least we got Matrix. I already like Matrix. Is it the best oil in the game? No. But it is good. I think you can find a lot of good use cases for it. It's great on rockets. It's great on if you pair it with instant. It does make your bullets more shorter range, but it's so good with chain lightning. It's really, really fun with chain lightning because you benefit from lightning zapping multiple people at once, and you normally want them to be in a group very close near you. Yeah, Matrix is so good. Matrix gives you -30% damage, a spread of 4, bullet speed of 90, projectile amount of 300, and a drag of 40. And I think another thing I like about Matrix is that it's just so creative. It's one of those oils that completely changes how the weapon works. And I can't really say that for some of these other oils. There's nothing really like Matrix, and that's why I love it so much. And I think that's why the community likes it so much too. Twice is pretty forgiving, actually. It's just -25% for projectile amount of 100. So I just realized it's double or nothing without the loot chance. Sorry, double or nothing. Let me just double make sure that is the case. So twice is 25. Double or nothing is -20. Yeah. That sucks. That really sucks. Like, these are just the same, but this is just better. Oh god, yeah, I put it in C. I almost forgot where the hell I put it. Yeah, it's just a better double or nothing. That's so sad. I thought Double or Nothing would have his little moment to shine in the spotlight, but I guess not. The Shredder Oil is minus 20 damage, a spread of 1, and a projectile amount of 100. Nope, just used twice. Just used twice. Like, you get like 5 less damage for 1 increase of spread. And I feel like a 1 reducing spread is way harder. As we can see, we only have 1 good where was it? We only got 1 good spread oil, and that increases your recoil, and then you have to worry about managing your recoil, which means then you're probably need to use like steady hit or flow funnel, but that flow funnel counteracts your dead center. So I don't know. And also the thing about Shredder is Scatter is just better because it does less damage. This takes away 20. This takes away 15. So it's ever so slightly better, but even then I'm still not going to use it. Because why would I? When I've got like so many better options here. I've got Tandem, Suppressive, Parallel Mag, Matrix, Multi-Chamber, Gemini, Twice and Bombard. I've got way better options than those two. So it's just this is very outclassed, sadly. I know. Maybe I feel like you can make a use case. Someone will probably have a preference for Scatter. But that's just me. The bounces. I have a very, very controversial take about bounce oils. My controversial take is, why would you want to use any of these when you can just use Arkanoid? Arkanoid is the be-all, end-all of oils for bounce. Let me just remind myself what the hell is. I know it's 13 bounces, but I forgot what the downside is. Oh, it's only like a minus 80 bullet speed. Yeah. Because you just counteract that with instant or turbulent swim, zoom in. You only get like a minus 30 at that rate. So yeah, Arkanoid is S tier. Always will be S tier. Which then just makes these just useless, in my opinion. Because if you want bounce, you don't want like 1 bounce. Perfect bounce gives you 1 bounce, which is just not going to be useful whatsoever, in my opinion. If you want bouncy bullets, you want as many bouncy bullets as you can get, which Arkanoid gives you. And maybe it's because it's been like almost 2 hours now, but I'm going to be putting these in F tier. So I don't know. If I could very well be wrong. But these oils are very bad. Also, bounce, in my opinion, is just not very useful. Sorry, Argonaut, I'm putting you in A tier. Change my mind. You deserve to be an A tier. You're fun, but you're not that useful. You're not crit, where you're just not useful at all, but you have like you have something going for you. You're fun. You're fun. That's why I keep you around. So these are also a very, very, very similar situation. All of these, besides Collateral, and I think there's like another one that gives you 2, but the downside is just too harsh to justify it. But I remember Penetration. Penetration gives you 1 bullet. If you're not using Holy Fire, it's alright. It's nice to have. I'll put it in B actually, because there's no downside at all. You just get like a free penetrating bullet, which is always nice to have. And I'll probably put no, actually, penetration in C. I'm starting doing it in my own little organ now. And Collateral is B. Collateral is really nice on laser weapons, which you're probably not too surprised about. But Collateral gives you recoil 100, bullet penetration of 2. So yeah, that's quite nice actually. These two. Um, have I been too harsh on those bullet bouncers? Probably. I mean, I'm sure some of them are quite nice, but I don't know. Does that classify me as reviewing them, me just dragging them into F? I don't know. I just remember like all of these just being outclassed by Arkanoid. Because bullet speed is so good. I mean, minus bullet speed is such a good downside, if that makes any sense. Because you can easily fix it, and you get the most bounces. You get 13 bounces. So I can't see why any of these would have any other benefits to them. If I'm missing something, please let me know. Uh, or call me a meanie head for just dumping all these in F tier. Uh, that's fair. That's perfectly fair. So, surgical laser gives you minus 30 damage for free penetration, which is just not worth it. That's the problem, right? I think I've just realized if you don't want to put holy fire or any railgun types on your gun, you only really need to worry about like one penetration or like on a laser weapon, two. You only really need one. And even then, you're not going to be going for penetration that often. You could just use Holy Fire. Most people use Holy Fire. You could even use the Light Scroll, but I don't even know why you would. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do the same thing. And also, I just realized the same thing's going to happen with these oils coming up. The infinite ammo oils. Because you only need two. You only need two oils. You need Mosquito. Mosquito is perfection. Mosquito is like one of the best oils in the game. The reason why Mosquito is the most goated is minus 30 damage, uh, bullet speed of 30, ammo consume chance of 70. 70 ammo consume chance. I mean, like ammo not to be consumed. Like, that is so good. You're 30 away from having infinite ammo. And when you put Satiety on, which I'm pretty sure Satiety gives you like 50% reload speed. I mean, like minus reload speed. Yeah. So Sanctity gives you minus 60 reload speed and reduced ammo consume chance by 30. So you just have infinite ammo right here. So if you have infinite ammo with these two, you don't need these. All these become useless. Genuinely. There's no point me reviewing these one by one because I'm all just gonna put them in F. Why would I want to have like 20% chance to consume ammo, but like I can't jump anymore? When I can just use Satiety and Mosquito and get like basically no downsides. Which, maybe I'm being mean by just dumping them all here, but I think I have some logic to why I'm just putting it here. And also, I've been doing this for 2 hours. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've lost the spirit and the will. It's it's driving me nuts. It's driving me insane. But I'm actually gonna go through these durability ones. Because I feel like some of the cons are kind of actually worth it. For the most part. High grade isn't just nice. High grade is very, very nice to have. That's a C tier. That's just 25% durability right there. Sensible gives you max durability of 20. Why would and oh yeah, and no organ rubs. Why would I use this when I can just use high grade? It's a running theme that I've noticed with this. I wasn't expecting yeah, I just wasn't expecting just like so many of these oils to be weaker than their standard counterpart. Stiffy Thick gives you minus 50 reload speed and a max durability of 45. It's not as good as another oil, which we'll get to very shortly. So next oil is Soft Bullet. It gives you minus bullet speed of 30 and max durability of 25. It's too little. 25 is way too little. That's why we have high grade. God, I got swamped with how much F tier weapons oils there are. It's insane. There's so many. I thought we'd have at least some, like at least like a good sum in like AS. I mean, we've got some, but it's not as much as I hoped. No, it's kind of disheartening in a way. Hefty, max durability of 30, and a movement speed of 25. Minus movement speed of 25. You get 5 extra durability. Wow. Wow, I am gobsmacked. That's insane. But we got one of my favorites. The goated inherited oil. It goes in S tier. And it's because 50% in durability and a loot chance of minus 100. This oil, you just get far more use out of your weapon. So you use like a breacher or like a long boy, only has like 900 durability. That becomes like 18. I think it's like a 1800. So it just becomes way, way, way more viable to use long term. So yeah, I love Inherited, and I've already told you just how many times how like loot chance works. But if you're a stickler for having loot, then I can see why this would probably be like F tier for you. But you gotta give it a chance. Give it a little chance. It's alright actually. Slippery Coating gives you 1 spread for 30 max durability, which is too low. Far too low in my opinion. So Release Oil. Release Oil is a recoil of 150 and max durability of 40. I'll actually put it in situational. If you do not like Inherited and you want to put it on a laser weapon, there you go. Use Release. 40% is still very, very nice, and there's just no downside to it whatsoever. So yeah, I think situational is pretty fair for it. Dense Oil is redundant. It is useless. Max durability of 20, jump power of 25, minus 25. Why? Why? Why does it keep doing this to me? Why do so many of these oils just not necessary, just not needed whatsoever? This is actually pretty alright. I don't mind seated fit. Seated fit. You get a max durability of 70, which is, I believe, the highest amount you can get for durability. Bullet drop of 10. Bullet drop isn't, but if it's 10, it's not too significant. So yeah, I think you can find a pretty nice little use for seated fit. Yeah, I think it's nice. I wish I had more stronger opinions about it because I always just use Inherited and everything, but this isn't like a nice alternative. Oh, feature gun. I really like feature gun actually. There's actually a purpose to use a feature gun because it just disables aiming, which isn't too significant. I still wouldn't say it's as good as high grade. I think it still stays in C tier because you get 25, and with this you get 30, but you just can't aim. Aiming's not too bad. Not being able to aim is not too bad. But I still feel like you can just. Is that too low? Actually, I'll buff this up. I'll put seated fit in B, feature gun and high grade in C. I think that's a bit more fair. Because 25, 30, 70. 70 is so high. That's such a large amount, And bullet drop of 10 is pretty forgiving. Rigid system. Max durability of 40 and an ammo consume chance of 20. Nah, nah. I don't see the appeal. I can't see what you would use it on. Again, I'm very biased to Inherited. I mostly just slap that on any guns that I built with overclock and multi-chamber. And even then, you could probably just use like feature gun or high grade. If it's the dirt, use release. Yeah. So yeah, it's just not really necessary. I don't think. I can't see what you'd use it for. I'm repeating myself now. I'm starting to realize. I'm going in circles. So generally you just get uh a smaller bullet size and 10 durability increase. That's nothing. That's literally nothing. You'd probably get like 5 extra shots out of your gun uh, with this oil. It's just this is the most upsetting to me actually. 10 durability, like that's so small. It's so. I guess that's why it's called gentle because it's just a little guy. But that's so sad. That's so sad. So robust mechanics. Rate of fire minus 25, durability of 35. Nope, I don't see it. Rubber oil also just sucks. That's minus 10, max durability at 25. Why? Why are we doing this still? We already have like a, what's it called, feature gun. We got high grade. We don't need this. Just remove it from the game. Or, I don't know. I don't know what you could do to it. Just make it repair, like, have more durability, I guess. Detune. Minus 25, 50 durability. That's not too bad, but that feels a bit too steep. Maybe that's just me being a bit mean. I don't know. I think if you like, whenever you need to put durability on the gun, you don't want to reduce the damage of it. You only want to reduce the damage of your gun if you're using extra projectiles. You always want to avoid losing damage as much as possible, especially with the more tanky enemies, especially Desert Claws. Desert Claws is so tanky. It's insanely tanky. Trusty Old Oil is outclassed by high grade because it only gives you 20 durability, and you get no money drops. Literally just none. Just, just another downside. There's so many downsides to these oils. I think Boda's quite unique. I actually kind of like Boda. It gives you plus 20 damage. You get a smaller bullet size. I think it says 0 on the wiki. I'm not sure how true that is. I'm assuming that's so. Bullet bounce of 1. Bullet bouncingness 0.8, which is a yeah. I think that is the case, yeah. And bullet drop of 10. I feel like it's situational. I need to use Boulder more. So I'm just gonna put it in situational, I think. I really like Hyper Lead. I'm probably the one person that likes Hyper Lead. It's not gonna be that high. It's gonna be in C tier because it only has one niche, and that's rocket launchers. But it's so nice on rocket launchers. Hyper Lead gives you like 40 damage. It gives you, yeah, it gives you 40 damage, bullet speed of 100, and a bullet drop of 40. Don't have to worry about bullet drop with rockets, but you just get a free bullet increase, like bullet speed, and 40 plus damage. So your rockets just go way, way, way further. This oil was like made for rockets, and I love the game for just having that nice little feature. And last but not least, unlabeled, which I will literally just put it in situational because people only really use it for SULFUR locks. So you have that nice little randomness for when you want to do little challenge runs. So yeah, that's the entire list. It is now nighttime. I think I started this at 3 and now it's 5:30. That's why I kind of skipped through a few of them because I knew a majority of them are just kind of useless. Some of them I can't really remember. But yeah, let me just do like a little pan of what we got. Really not a lot. Really not a lot in like good tier. As you will see, a majority of it is just an F tier, which really surprised me. I thought we'd have a lot more oils that are just way better. But yeah, it doesn't really seem to be the case. Yeah, there we go. I'll probably like post it to like should I post it to the Discord? Or maybe I might do it at some point. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I'm probably very, very wrong, and you're probably gonna hate me for putting uh what heavy lead because I didn't even give it a chance. And that's fair. I can give it a chance. But you know, I've already put 200 hours in the game. I still need to put more in and understand how more mechanics work. There's probably some people that do more technical sides, people on the wiki. They can tell me just how good food stamp is, of course, or detune. But I will genuinely be very, very surprised if anyone actually watches this video all the way through. Because God knows I would not be able to. This was so taxing on me. This was horrible. Why did I do this? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, that's all. Keep playing SULFUR and have a fun time. Ciao ciao, bye bye.